Help me, Mama.
Hi everybody, this is Emily and Owen for Help Me Mama. Today we're going to be talking about the mindset of mothering. The mindset of mothering. And I know that I'm sure that every mother kind of naturally does this. I know it kind of a lot of these things come naturally to you. When Owen was about 6 months old, yes, I saw that. Please don't wipe it off. I had what I feel like is an important conversation with one of my friends, and she said, you have to start thinking about what kind of parent you want to be. You have to take this stuff seriously. Why do we do what we do, and what should be at the forefront of our minds every day when we're being the mom to our kids? So let's start going through it without further ado. Number one, our children are gifts from God. Being a mom is a gift. Not everybody gets to be a mom. There are a lot of women out there who can't have kids or didn't have the opportunity to have kids. Our children are a gift, a precious, priceless gift, and we need to treat this job as though our children are a gift to us. Are you a gift from God? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we need to let our children know that they are gifts from God. It's overwhelming, isn't it? Like the first moment they're born, it's overwhelming. And each day we just have to remember it. Even on the harder days, even when they seem to be more of a struggle than a gift, they are always a gift from God, and oftentimes a sanctifying gift from God that they expose all of our flaws, don't they? Our children, they just all of my flaws are exposed because I either see them in them or I have to deal with them in relating to them. Number two, our children are a legacy. And the Bible also talks about this. Children are a blessing from the Lord, and children are an inheritance in the Lord. And I consider being a mom as the most important thing that I will ever do. Having the most lasting impact on this world, having the greatest legacy for my life personally. There's no job that I could possibly do, besides maybe being a wife, that could be more important than the relationship and the training and the character, values that I pass on to my children. There's just nothing more important. And your children, every person makes an impact on this world. Your children are going to make an impact on this world, small or big. Even my small impact is going to change the world forever, right? So your children are going to make a difference in this world. You want it to be a good difference, right? You want your legacy to be a good legacy. And the way that they remember you is important too. When your children become adults, you want them to remember you in a positive way. And that's not going to be big moments here and there. It's going to be all those little moments combined, the feeling that they had of you raising them. It's quite a task. It's to think about. Number three, the mindset of having a relationship with your children and building relationships within your family that will last. But the relationships in your family are an example and translate to all the other relationships that your child will have. So you want to have all of these, the relationship between mother and child and father and child and between children is so foundational to every other relationship they're going to have in this whole world, especially their children, especially their spouses. So I want my relationships with my kids to be really strong. When they get in trouble or when I've done something wrong, I want to reconcile. I want there to be a foundation of reconciliation, and that points to Christ too. The way that you deal with sin in your family should be a picture of the gospel. It should be a picture of Christ and his forgiveness and reconciliation. Mercy, justice and mercy, all those things that are so important.
Excuse me, Mom.
Yes, baby. That's an interesting sound, isn't it? Thank you for the thumbs up. Love it. Number 4 is joy. Joy, you guys, for you moms who are tired and exhausted and your 2-year-old's been having tantrums for a month, don't forget the joy. sometimes I have to just like hold my children's faces in my hands. And I have to remember, like, I tell people all the time, it is like tragic to me that I'm not going to remember every single moment. Like, I want to remember their faces. And I think back to when Owen was a baby and when Ryland was a baby, and I try to remember, like, all these moments that I think, oh, I'll never forget this moment. I have forgotten all those moments. Where do they all go? It is a short time, and it is supposed to be a joyful time. Enjoy this time when your kids are little as much as you can. And I've only been a mom for 3 years, and I already feel like it's gone by so fast. Ay, ay. So with the joy, I wanted to just say, like, there's the long game and there's the short game. Short-term joys is like just looking at them, loving them, enjoying the highs and lows, enjoying successes, like you've been having trouble for a long time in this one area, and then like success, you know, like that's joy. Be joyful with your children. Let them know that they enjoy you. That was like one of the things right off the bat I became a mom. I wanted my children to know not only that I love them, but that I enjoy them. Like there's nothing else in the world I would rather be doing with my life than being with them and pouring into them. And then there's the long game too. And some of the long game joy is like, you know, when you look back on like the worst vacation of your life and it was so hard and you got a flat tire and the air conditioning went out and everything went wrong on the trip, right? Those are the funniest trips. There's joy in looking back on those horrible moments. They were not fun to be in. They were not joyful to be in at the time. But when like there's like a specific family vacation in mind here too, I look back at that vacation and I'm thinking, I wouldn't have it any other way because of the multitude of laughs that we've had about it afterwards, right? So the difficult part of parenting, like that's a deposit for you for 20 years from now. You can look back and laugh at it. And for some reason, you can always remember the hard moments, right? You can always remember them. They stand out in your mind. But also with the long game, there is long, and I see this with my mom, I see this with my grandma. There is long-lasting, like legacy joy that goes with putting your all into being a mom. We're gonna have a relationship for the rest of our lives, right? It could be a good one or a bad one. Let's make the joy lasting. I'm gonna do everything that I can to continue to build and like strengthen the relationship, like, and reconciliation I think is so important because your kids are going to get in trouble, and like me personally, I'm going to fail 1,000 times. Just to be humble and reconcile and say like, look, mom was wrong. Let's get our relationship back. Let's have joy in our relationship again is so important. And these things are hard to think about like every moment of every day, but you're gonna have to like keep them in the Rolodex of your mind. These things have to keep coming up. And I'm gonna just stress, I am not good at all of these things. But they're my principles. They're like the things that I ask the Lord to help me with every day. Every day, help me to remember that my children are a gift. Every day, remember that what I do now is part of the legacy that I'm gonna have in this world and in my family. Help me to build the relationships with my children. Not to be focused on just little things, but the relationship as a whole. And then to have joy in our family, to have joy within each relationship, and for my children to have joy, for me to have joy. I don't want them to remember me as being like cranky all the time, you know? That would be sad. I hope that this can be an encouragement to your heart. And remember, I'm not speaking as an expert. I am speaking as a sinner saved by the grace of God to hopefully give him glory in the efforts that I have because of the Spirit in me. These are just like my, off the top of my head, mindset of mothering. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend or with another mom that you know. And you can also subscribe, of course, to our videos. Have a lovely day. This is Emily with Help Me Mama.
Well, what are you? Help me, Mama.